Hello YouTube, it's Atticus. Hello. Welcome back. And today we are fighting the High Elves, the Asur. So yeah, we have a High Elf fan on this channel. I think it's Luca. So yeah, I'm gonna show a battle against him. So this is a pretty good battle. I typed amazing in the replay because I thought it was really cool. So we'll just go ahead and jump into it, guys. I'll show you my build. So for my Lord choice, we are bringing in a Supreme Sorceress, and we're taking fire. So yeah, it's not really a lore of magic you see a lot against the High Elves, but I wanted just to do pretty much damage. I wanted to have the Burning Skull and the Fireball, so I was hoping to get some Lord sniping. Since my Lord's going to be up on a flying mount, I'd have pretty good line of sight. And yeah, we're going to take the gamble, see if my opponent doesn't bring any healing, and if so, we should be able to do some damage. So that's my Lord. For my infantry, guys, we have a mixture of Black Orc Corsairs. You can see that we have about 4 of them in total. We also have a Death Hag up on her altar, which I love having the altar in the High Elf matchup. Even though they have a lot of spears, I just feel like they don't do enough damage to her. She just causes terror. She has really good mobility. You can push through the spears and get into the back and get into the archers. And she's just a real nuisance for the High Elf to have to deal with. Also, we're taking a War Hydra, guys, so we're really going to try to take advantage of the breath attacks. And same with the Death Hag. We just want a big monstrous unit. It's going to be rampaging through his lines and hopefully shutting things down. And also, obviously the breath attack should be coming in handy. Here in Deep Vanguard, guys, we have a Dark Rider and a Harpy, pretty standard, trying to shut down archers and things like that. And then over here we have a little goon squad consisting of 2 Cold One Knights. We have a Dark Riders right here, pretty much just going to be screening the charge for my Cold One Knights, and a unit of Shades. So yeah, pretty versatile army. Pretty risky army to bring against High Elves because I don't have a lot of shielded units, a lot of things that could take a lot of damage if my opponent brings like Sisters of Avalon and things like that. But if he does it, we should be pretty sufficient to kill through High Elf shaft units, things that like spear units and low tier archers and things like that. For my opponent, he did bring the mighty Tyrion, and yeah, Tyrion's going to be a beast. Luckily, my Lord is up in the air, though, so I'm not going to be too concerned about what Tyrion can do. And it looks like he did not bring the Sunfang, or what is that what it's called? The Flame Attack. So, interesting. It's usually a really good thing to bring. For his infantry corps, he has 4 units of archers here in the front, and yeah, these guys will do good against my Black Orc Corsairs, even with their 80 armor, if they could get enough volleys into them. But if we could get into those guys and shut them down with all the backline harass I have, then yeah, it's gonna, they're gonna be just shooting rubber bands at my, my team. We also has 4 units of spearmen right here. We have a Phoenix Guard in the back, and then it looks like we have a noble, maybe 2 nobles right here. So really expecting, it looks like some anti-large. It looks like both of them are gonna be on foot. But the real killing power of my opponent's army here is Deep Vanguarded. He has 2 units of Dragon Princes. So yeah, that's really scary. If he could get some good charges in, those Dragon Princes could do a lot of damage because I don't have a lot of anti-large guys. I mean, if he gets through my cavalry, he's able to get to these Cold One Knights, then yeah, I mean, he could possibly make something happen. And I don't have any spells that could slow him down or neuter him. I'm just going straight DPS. So let's go ahead and start into it, guys. So right off the bat, as the fireball said to the faces of these spearmen, it looks like, boom, we're just going to do a attack. I just wanted to see what kind of damage it would do. It just kind of went through those guys, so it wasn't the best uses of mana, but fortunately for me, it doesn't really cost that much Winds of Magic, so I'm not complaining. Here in the woods, my little goon squad's going to start getting into position, and keep in mind, at this point, I did not know he has these 2 Dragon Princes, so I'm kind of counting the units in my head like, okay, that looks a little bit skimpy. He must have something hidden. You can see the Dragon Princes are going to come out of the woods, but he doesn't know about my Shades either, so it's going to be kind of a dual surprise. He's going to think he has the ambush on me, and vice versa. You can see I'm going to get an overcasted Burning Head right here. It's absolutely just going to shred through these archers, and this is what the Burning Head excels at, shutting down archer and low armored units. Now, fortunately, it is going to veer off a little bit, but we were able to shut down 1 unit, so yeah, I'll take it. The Dragon Princes are going to collide now with the Cold One Knights. I did not use the Dark Riders to try to absorb the shock. Instead, I'm taking them into the archers. I want to shut these guys down. I was hoping he'd have the skirmish tab on, and it would cause them to run in the back, which my little ambush force here will be able to deal with. Over here, the Shades are going to provide their overwatch, and yeah, with the support of the Shades, my Cold One Knight should be able to win. You can see the same with these ones in the woods. We're just going to try to lock down his his cavalry units and allow my forces to move up. And you can see this is what it excels at. We're shutting down his archer units. We're having them run away, which is allowing my forces here to move up without taking any damage. And he really needs to, do some damage upon the approach to even it out. You can see I'm going to get another Black Horror right here, guys. He was kind of glooped up right here. And this is the Supreme Sorceress spell. And yeah, that should be pretty devastating. You can see it just shreds through these spearmen. Yeah, 2 units of spearmen pretty much dead. So yeah, at this point, my opponent's army is in disarray. You can see now we're going to start to collide. The Black Corsairs are pretty strong. They'll be able to get through their spearmen units pretty effectively. Over here, the Coldwind Knights and the Dragon Princes are just pretty much just trading pretty evenly. We are going to be able to beat this one, but my opponent does have this unit of spears right here who could come assist. You can see I do have a unit of Black Corsairs who are going to come and yeah, help with that battle. Over here, guys, you can see it's just pure chaos all across on that line right here. His formations have been pretty much just wrecked. You can see that his spearmen units are just, collapsed. All he really has is these Phoenix Guard and a few archers. And you can see that my Death Hag is a little bit out of position. Now, I am going to do the Witch Brew, which is going to give melee attack and things like that. But still, I need to pull her out here pretty quickly. Luckily, the Shades are being able to shoot these second unit of Dragon Princes. We're going to be able to break them. And you see I am landing down the Supreme Sorceress. I'm trying to get that terror out. You can see I do get another Burning Head, but it did kind of veer off on these Phoenix Guard. My opponent was able to pull away, and my Death Hag does rampage, so that's a little bit unfortunate, guys. Here in the main line, though, we've just pretty much shredded through all his infantry corps. Now it's just these nobles and Tyrion fighting amongst all my troops, and yeah, the balance of power is starting to come into my favor, guys. So yeah, things are looking good for us. And you can see we've pretty much cleared up all these Dragon Princes, and it's going to allow my Shades and these Coldwind Knights now to come reinforce my army right here. Over here, my opponent does have a couple units of archers that are shooting, but yeah, I'm quick to shut them down with the Dark Riders, the Harpies, and that's just the name of the game, guys. You see me do that a million times with the Harpies and Dark Riders. I mean, that's what Dark Elves do. They just harass the back line. They shut the back line down, and it just makes it, easy for you to win. Over here, this Phoenix Guard are pretty much just killed my Death Hag. I'm only now being able to pull her away, and that's a little sloppy on my part, but she did rampage. We're going to be able to pull him away. Over here, the Noble has the Deadly Onslaught and the Foe Seeker, but yeah, he's fighting foot things. He's an anti-large unit on foot fighting amongst, anti-infantry troops, so he's going to be taking a lot of damage. Same with this Noble over here. He's broken. Tyrion's still at pretty good health, though, but yeah, Tyrion against this Hydra, mixing with the troops, we should be able to, shut him down here pretty quickly, and you can see my Lord still at pretty full health right here, and of course, the Shades now are going to focus the Phoenix Guard, so they're pretty much the biggest threat on the map. So yeah, the Shades with about half their ammunition should start melting those guys down pretty effectively. And all across the map right here, guys, we're just escorting things away. And yeah, I mean, that's just the name of the game. Disrupt the formation of your opponent. Single out his important units, use the magic of the Supreme Sorceress and things like that, and boom, a direct fireball right into the heart of these Phoenix Guard. You can see we're just kind of collapsing onto Tyrion right here, and yeah, things are looking good for us, guys. The Death Hag and the Black Corsairs are going to get into this last little bastion of my opponent. You can see he does have some troops that are coming back from routing, but yeah, we should be able to shut them down pretty effectively. You can see these 2 units of archers have broken. Balance of power is really strongly in my favor. Keep in mind the Death Hag and the War Hydra are going to be able to cause terror. Yeah, the Phoenix Guard have a lot of leadership, but they're just completely surrounded, guys. And now with the Shades coming to reinforce my army, this should spell a GG for me. And you can see, yeah, his units are going to start to break. So, what do we take from this build, guys? The same thing you've seen me do a million times. Backline harass. That just shows you the power of it. Harass that backline. Harpies, Dark Riders, shut things down. Shades, you saw how they were able to support the Coldwind Knights. One-on-one, Coldwind Knights versus Dragon Princes. If the Dragon Princes get their charge, they can win that. But, you have that one unit of Shades right there. It just totally puts it in your favor. The Supreme Sorceress, 128 kills. I mean, that's just beautiful to watch. Watching those Black Horror, watching the Burning Head, watching all those spells. You saw it racks up. The Death Hag with her terror causing, altar and all that, even though she was mixed in with the Phoenix Guard, she was, a lot of times high elves will just go cheap spearman units, and this is just perfectly suited for dealing with that. We didn't get a lot of breath attacks by my War Hydra, but, it still did its job. And against this much of an anti-large army, you might think it's risky, but yeah, monstrous units do, they can't win for you. If you're brave enough to take them, sometimes they will pan out for you. So, alright guys, I know it was a short one, but I thought it was cool. So, alright, it's Atticus. I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye now.